हरि ओं नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य भाषाप्रवेशप्रथमभागस्य चतुस्त्रिंशत्तमे कक्षार्थं भवतां सर्वेषां स्वागतम्। The next topic is on Kim again. When I say Kim, I think we already know or we already have discussed about this topic already. That is generally Kim means what, and we also discussed multiple times. You can actually ask Kim at the places of what, like what is your name or what is that, and so on, right? And not only that, Kim also has its own variations in different lingams like kaha and ka and Kim. And again, Divivachanam and Bahuvachanam like saha kaha, who is he, or sa ka, who is she. So in all those cases, it's just a Kim. It's a different form of Kim, but the meaning is the same, whether it's what or who. And again, we have also seen another usage of the Kim. For example, balakaha pashyati, balakaha Kim pashyati is another question we have seen with the Kim. So there, Kim means it actually points to the object. Basically, what does the boy see? Okay, balakaha Kim pashyati, and that is another case where we can actually ask Kim question. So there are two places or two scenarios we can actually ask question or we can use Kim. One is the answer for Kim is just the subject, and the other one is the answer for the Kim is the object. Okay, so now in this lesson we are going to see a little more about the object question called Kim. So let us see some examples and move on. And we have already seen this. I have taken the slide from the previous lesson. So balakaha Kim pashyati. What does the boy see? Balakaha Devalayam pashyati. Atra Devalayaha, that's a Pratama Purush, Pratama Bhakti Ekavachanam, Devalayaha. So it becomes Devalayam. And similarly, Balakaha Kim pashyati, Balakaha Devam pashyati. Balakaha Ramam pashyati. Balakaha Nadim pashyati. Balakaha Griham pashyati. And similarly, another example, Aham Kim vadami, Aham Shlokam vadami, Aham Patham vadami, Aham Katham vadami, Aham Padyam vadami. And again, Balika Kim khadati, Balika Rotikam khadati, Balika Annam khadati, Balika Madhuram khadati, and so on. And similarly, Aham Kim karomi, Aham Dhyanam karomi, Aham Snanam karomi, Aham Pujam karomi, Aham Nidram karomi, Aham Bhojanam karomi. So in all these cases, if we see the Kim, answer for the Kim is the object. Okay, and we also seen a very shortcut for forming these particular object forms. Basically, we take whatever the Pratipadikam, we add Makara at the end to represent the object. Like here, Devalaya is a Pumlinga Shabda, we just suffix Makara, it becomes Devalayam. That is an object case. And similarly, Nadi becomes Nadim, and Katha becomes Katham, Annam becomes Annam because already Makara is there, and Rotika becomes Rotikam, and Nidra becomes Nidram, and so on. I think we have seen this shortcut and we tried attempting some exercises around this, and this is I think in the chapter called Kaha Kim Karoti. There is a chapter, there is some chapter sometime back we have studied. Okay, but this current new topic which we are going to study is just a continuation of that actually. Okay, and we also seen some special forms for Bhavan. For Bhavan it will be Bhavantam, and for Vaham it will be Mam, and Saha it will be Tam, and Sa it would be Tam. So we have seen these things. Okay, so now let's see what are these forms actually. Why the forms are actually ending with Makara. Okay, Devalayam, Devam, Ramam, Nadim, and so on. That's first question. And second thing is, here we are actually only talking about the singulars. Okay, what happens for plural? Okay, so do we have any plural forms also for this? Okay, so that's what we are going to answer. Look up into this chapter. So basically, whatever form we frame with Makara ending, it is again a separate vibhakti. Okay, like we have already seen like Prathama, Shashti and Saptami. And similarly, we are going to see another Vibhakti. That Vibhakti, the forms of that Vibhakti is, these are actually the forms of that Vibhakti, that is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay, that's what is a Ditiya Vibhakti. So basically, the Ditiya Vibhakti is generally used to represent the objects, and of course, whenever we say it's a Vibhakti, it will have multiple forms based on the gender and based on the Pratipadikam endings and based on the Vachanam. So Vachana, gender, and Pratipadika ending, it will have different forms. Okay, it's the same is even applicable for even Ditiya also. So this is a table as we normally see for other Vibhaktis. So this is a table for Ditiya Vibhakti. Okay, let us do one thing. Let us read out these forms once. Then we'll see the usages of this Ditiya Vibhakti. So here there are three lingams: Pumlingam, Strilingam, and Napumsakalingam. And in each lingam we have three vachanams: Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam. And this combination will be repeated for each Pratipadika ending, like Akaranta, Rakaranta, Ikaranta. Hope you know what is these Akaranta and Akaranta. It's just an ending letter of the Pratipadika we mentioned here. Okay, and so we'll start reading that. So, Pumlinga Akaranta Rama Shabdaha. Tatra Ramam, Ramau, Raman are the forms. So, Ramam is the Ekavachana object case form. For example, Balaha Kim Pashyati, Balaha Ramam Pashyati. Boy sees one Rama. Okay, Balaha Ramau Pashyati. So boy sees two Ramas. And Balaha Raman Pashyati. So boy sees many Ramas. Okay, that's the way it is actually used. But let us read out the forms once. And similarly, Ikaranta Pumlinga Kavi Shabdaha. Kavim, Kavi, Kavin. तथैव उकारांत पुंलिंग गुरु शब्दः गुरु गुरु गुरून् and रकारांत पुंलिंग पितृ शब्दः पितरं पितरौ पितॄन् तथैव रकारांत कर्तृ शब्दः कर्तारं कर्तारौ कर्तॄन् तथैव स्त्रीलिंगे आकारांत स्त्रीलिंग सीता शब्दः सीतां सीते सीताः इकारांत स्त्रीलिंग मति शब्दः मतिं मती मतीन् तथैव ईकारांत स्त्रीलिंग नदी शब्दः नदीं नद्यौ नदीः and ईकारांत स्त्रीलिंग श्री शब्दः श्रियं श्रियौ श्रियः and उकारांत स्त्रीलिंग धेनु शब्दः धेनुं धेनू धेनून् क्षम्यताम् अत्र धेनुः इति भवति अत्र मतीः धेनुः इति भवति अत्र दोषः अस्ति तथैव ऊकारान्त स्त्रीलिङ्ग वधू शब्दः वधू वध्वौ वधूः तथैव ऋकारान्त मातृशब्दः मातरं मातरौ मातॄन् स एवं रूपाणि भवन्ति तथैव अकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्ग वनशब्दः वनं वने वनानि इकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्ग वारि शब्दः वारि वारिणी वारीणि तथैव उकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्ग वस्तु शब्दः वस्तु वस्तूनि क्षम्यताम् वस्तूनि वस्तूनि so again there is a little typo here it becomes vastu ni so it's a hrasva ukara and dirgha ikara so these are all the forms for Ditya Bhakti forms for pratipadikams which are ending with these letters akara to rakara tatheva the forms will again vary for sarvanama shabdas that is for pronouns but we will before seeing that maybe we will we'll spend some time around here actually there are few things to note down here okay in general in Ditya Bhakti always if you see in most of the cases the ekavachanam will be ending with makara so it will be ramam kavim gurum pitaram Kartaram and Sitam, Matim, Nadim, Shriyam, Dhenum, Vadum, Matram and Vanam. But except Akara and Napumsakalinga, remaining all a little different, but we'll talk about the shortcut there. Okay. But in general, Pumlingam and Strilinga, Ekavachana forms would be ending with Makara And of course, the most frequently used Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda will also end with Makara. So that's the reason in the previous slide of before we actually touch upon the Dvitiya Vibhakti, we say that you take any Ekavachana form and you add Makara to the end for indicating that it's a object. That's what we have seen. And another thing to note here is the Dvivachana forms. Okay, it doesn't matter which Pratipadikam or which Lingam. In all of them, the Dvivachana forms of Dvitiya Bhakti are the same as the Dvivachana forms of Prathama Bhakti. So basically, the Prathama Bhakti and Dvitiya Bhakti Dvivachana forms are always the same. If you see Ramo, basically Prathama Bhakti goes like this: Ramaha Ramo Ramaha. And Dvitiya Bhakti goes like Ramam Ramo Raman. But still the Dvivachana form is the same, exactly the same. And similarly for Kavi and Guru and Pitaro and Kartaro, and similarly Site, Mati, Nadyau, Shriyau, Dhenu, Vadvau and Mataro. Right? And similarly even Napumsakalingam also. Vane, Varini, Vastuni and so on. So hope it is clear. The Ekavachanam for Pumlingam, Strilingam always ends with Makara. But of course, you need to be little careful when it comes to Rakaranta Shabdas. And the Dvivachana forms will always end with, it's the same as the Prathama Bhakti. If you already know Prathama Bhakti, it is easier than the Dvitiya. It's the same. And similarly, for Bahuvachanam, Pumlinga Shabdas generally end with Nakara. So, and Raman. Basically, it will have Nakara and the previous vowel will be a little elongated. It's a longer vowel before Nakara. So, Raman, Kavin, Gurun, Pitrun, Kartrun. So, Pitru is the actual Pratipadikam, but we add Nakara and we elongate the previous Rakara. It becomes Pitrun and Kartrun and so on. And similarly, for Strilinga Bahuvachana forms, in general, they actually end with Visarga except that Rikaranta Shabdas. Rikaranta Shabdas, all the Rikaranta Shabdas follow the same way. Okay, so it becomes Sitaha, Matihi, Nadihi, Shriyaha, and Dhenuhu, Vadhuhu, and so on. Okay, and in the Rikaranta Shabdas, I think we have seen two categories, I think. One is the category where the relationship is mentioned, like Mata, Pita, Bhrata, and so on. In all those cases, we will have forms going like Pita and Mata. Like a Pitaram, Pitaro, Pitra, Pitraha, I am saying in the Prathama Bhakti. In Prathama Bhakti it will be Pita, Pitaro, Pitraha. In Dvitiya Bhakti it will be Pitaram, Pitaro, Pitru. Okay, and other than the relationships, if it denotes any action like Karta, Drashta, Prashta and so on, so they will follow the forms of the Kartru, like a Kartaram, Kartaro, Kartru. Though the Bahuvachana forms are same, but still the Ekavachana Dvivachana forms will have Dirgha Akara after Takara for Kartaram and Kartaro. But for relationship related sentences, it will be Hraswa Akara, that is Pitaram, Pitaro. Okay, little you need to just need to practice a bit, so get familiar with these forms. Okay, that is one thing. So now let's move on to the Napumsakalinga forms. The beauty of this is in the Napumsakalinga, Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam of Dvitiya Bhakti are the exactly same as Prathama Bhakti always. You can take any Napumsakalinga Shabda. It doesn't matter whether it's ended with vowel or consonant or it can be anything. If you know the Prathama Bhakti three forms, all three forms would exactly repeat in the Dvitiya Bhakti also. For example, Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda, it is Vana. If you take Vanam, Vane, Vanani in Prathama, and it's the same Vanam, Vane, Vanani is Dvitiya also. And similarly for Ikaranta Shabda, Vari, Varini, Varini. In that case again Vari, Varini, Varini. Again the same for Dvitiya also. And similarly for Vastu, Vastu, Vastuni, Vastuni. So again the same for Vastu, Vastuni, Vastuni. Right? So that's about it actually. So Napumsakalingam is easier. Just need to repeat the same Prathama Bhakti. In everywhere else, only the Dvivachana form will be repeated, and of course we have seen other shortcuts for other forms also. So hope it is clear. Any questions so far? Of course, there are some typo issues here, like for Mati, Bahuvachanam will be Matihi and Dhenu Bahuvachanam will be Dhenu. Yeah, I think otherwise we are good with this chart. So, any questions so far?
This Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda, Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda, Guru, that is Guru or Guru. And
I
those
didn't
two,
get
Divachanam, Bhagavachanam, I have the doubt.
Yeah, Divachanam and Bahuvachanam is a Dirgha Ukara. Guru.
Dirgha.
Guru. Oh, but okay, again there is a typo here. Bahuvachana.
I think it is written like Guru.
No. Rukara is correct, but after Gakara it is Dirgha Ukara. That is wrong actually. It's after Gakara, Rasva Ukara. Then after Refa, it's a Dirgha Ukara. It will become Guru and Guru. So it's actually, I feel it's correct. So you can see the difference here. Able to see it?
So this is Guru.
Yes.
It's not Guru. This is Guru.
No, it's not. I have written it as a Guru.
That
wrong, actually, Guru.
Ru is wrong. Ru has to come.
No. Ru is correct. Only below Gakara there is a Ukara denotation, right? This one.
Okay.
So this one is wrong. This is the Rasva Ukara should come. But this is correct.
Okay. So, Gurun. Right?
Yeah.
Denu only, right? Is it Denu?
No, it's a Dhenuhu, but I just copied from the previous one. It became a wrong one.
Dhenuhu only, huh?
Quickly correct it actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Dhenuhu. Yeah, I think it's fine now. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Hari Om Mahodaya. But the Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam forms for all the Pullinga, Strilinga and Napumsakalinga will be similar to Prathama Vibhakti, right, sir?
No, not Bahuvachanam. Only Dvivachanam in all the cases.
So, like Sitaha.
No, I've said clearly that only Dvivachana forms are actually same as Prathama.
Not Dvi.
First thing. And second thing is Strilinga Bahuvachanam. Yeah, I'm saying Strilinga Bahuvachanam will always end with Visarga and the previous vowel is generally elongated. It's a Sitaha, Matihi, Nadihi and Shriha. Shriha has exceptions, that's why I have written here. Otherwise, Denuhu, Vaduhu.
So always is Visarga.
Always Visarga, but the previous vowel is extended. And similarly for Pumlinga Bahuvachanam, always it will end with Nakara and the previous vowel is again extended.
Dirgha Akara. Dirgha,
yes,
Dirgha Swara. But Dvivachanam will be the same. As Prathama.
Yeah, Dvivachanam is always the same. Yes.
Always. Yes. It doesn't change at all.
For all three lingams, correct.
For all three lingams, correct. And for Napunsakalingam, it's always Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam are same as the Prathama.
Even including Ekavachanam, all three forms are actually same.
All three forms are same. Oh, Ekavachanam also. Yes. Okay. Now it is clear. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think this is the advantage we get when we look up into each Vibhakti in detail. So we'll be able to at least get some clues to remember the forms in case even if you forget or if you're not able to muck up the things, at least you can actually remember these rules, at least shortcuts to derive the forms. But of course, you cannot actually, while speaking or conversing in Sanskrit, we cannot actually derive it on the spot, but it's definitely a helping tool for you to derive it, but for speaking and all, it should come as fluently, those forms we need to get it. I think we'll get it through practice, that one. Okay, that is one thing. And now let us move on to the next chart as usual. The next chart is on the Sarvanama Shabdas. Again, we know the Sarvanama Shabdas, Tat, Etat and Kim and Ishmad, Ashmad, these are all the Sarvanama Shabdas. So basically for these Pratipadikams, Etat, Tat, Kim, Bhavat, Sarva, Asmat and Ishmat. For these Pratipadikams, for all the lingams and for all the vachanams, we'll see the forms once. So again, Pumlinga forms for Etat, Pumlinga Rupani, Etat, Etau, Etan, स्त्रीलिंगे एताम, एते, एताः, नपुंसकलिंगे एतत्, एते, एतानि. And तथैव पुंलिंगे तत्, तौ, तान् इति तत् शब्दस्य रूपाणि. तथैव ताम, ते, ताः. नपुंसकलिंगे तत्, ते, तानि. अनन्तरं तत्र किम् इति शब्दस्य पुनः कं, कौ, कान्. तथैव कां, के, काः. पुनः किं, के, कानि. अस्तु. अग्रे भवत् शब्दस्य पुनः भवन्तं, भवन्तौ, भवतः. and स्त्रीलिंगे भवतीं, भवत्यौ, भवतीः. अनन्तरं नपुंसकलिंगे रूपाणि भिन्नानि भवन्ति, वयं न पश्यामः अत्र. अग्रे सर्व शब्दस्य पुनः सर्वं, सर्वं, सर्वौ, सर्वान्. पुनः सर्वां, सर्वे, सर्वाः. पुनः नपुंसकलिंगे सर्वं, सर्वे, सर्वाणि. तथैव अस्मत् शब्दस्य माम्, आवाम्, अस्मान्. पुनः अत्र लिङ्गभेदः नास्ति अस्मदस्मत् शब्दयोः. तर्हि तत्र माम्, आवाम्, आवै, अस्मान्. पुनः माम्, आवाम्, अस्मान्. पुनः माम्, आवाम्, अस्मान्. पुनः युष्मत् शब्दस्य अपि त्वां, युवां, युष्मान्. त्वां, युवां, युष्मान्. त्वां, युवां, युष्मान्. So hope it is clear, but here there are no shortcuts here. Only for Napumsakalingam, if you are already familiar with the Prathama Vibhakti forms, it's all the same. There is no change at all. Okay, etat, ete, etani, tat, te, tani, kim, ke, kani, sarvam, sarve, sarvani, except asmad and ashmad. Of course, asmad and ashmad, they're same for all three genders, so the Napumsakalinga rule cannot be applied there. It will have different forms in the Prathama Vibhakti, that is aham, avam, vayam. But for Ditya, it will be mam, avam, asman. So hope it is, this is something we need to remember. And similarly for other shabdas, except the bhavat, if you see, for other like etat, tat, kim, sarva, they all actually follow a pattern. Of course, the Divivachana forms are same as Prathama, but other forms like etam, etau, etan, the same pattern will repeat for others. Tam, tau, tan, kam, kau, kan, sarvam, sarvau, sarvan. Similarly, for all strilingams, the forms are repeated and the pattern is repeated. Like etam, ete, etaha, tam, te, taha, kam, ke, kaha, sarvam, sarve, sarvaha. Okay, the pattern we need to remember. And similarly, for bhavat shabda, it's a completely different forms. Bhavantam, bhavantau, bhavataha. Bhavati and strilingam, bhavati, it's similar to ikaranta nadi shabda. Like nadim, nadyau, nadihi. The same way, bhavatim, bhavatyau, bhavatihi. Okay, all you need is just need to spend some time looking at the chart and forms. You'll be able to get familiar with these. And another thing is for bhavat shabda, for bahuvachana form is bhavataha. Okay, and this is the same form even for shashti. For shashti, ekavachana form is also bhavataha. Like example, bhavataha nama kim, what is your name? So there bhavataha means your, that is shashti ekavachana form. The same bhavataha, it also means, it gives the meaning of ditya bahuvachanam also. For example, balakaha bhavataha pashyati, he sees you all. So in that case again bhavataha, it gives a Dvitiya Vibhakti meaning. Basically based on the context, we identify what Vibhakti it is in and which Vachanam it is in. Okay, that is one thing we need to remember. I think remaining all are fine actually. Okay, and of course all the Visheshana Vishesha Bhava will also repeat as usual. So with that we will end today's session. Thank you all for taking part in the session. Let us meet in the next session. Dhanyavadaha.